That is the signal. All right. Okay. 5 yards once if you can hear my voice. All right. By the show of a thumb, for yes or no, maybe so. How did this go? Yeah, that's okay. That was exactly what was expected. I wanted to throw you in the deep end a little bit so that you could float around, not drown. I'm here with the life vest. Let's go. All right. So let's talk about it. The first thing we said. So I want us to think of this as this is the back end. Okay, the app.js is the back end. So once I fix the back end, that's going to be done. So as far as I'm concerned, in my back end, I'm going to get this request.body. It's going to be some object that they pass in, right? It's going to come back as that object, and I'm going to add it to my people. So how can I add it to the people? Anyone know? Push, right? I can say people dot push request dot body. That's all, right? And I'm setting up the body. Maybe I should send up some more. Maybe I could send up an object. Let's say that I say person. I'll point that. Maybe I'll say some more. I'll say status, success. You added a person, just so that I can see stuff happening. Okay, so let's keep running this backend, and let's go check if everything is working on Postman. So we'll go here. I'm creating a new user here. I'm going to say send. I get back success. You add a person. Excellent. This was written by somebody else. And then let's say I'll add another one. I'm going to add my wife. So I'll say Big Papa. She's a lot younger than me. She's 90. She'd kill me about the capitalization. Oh, God. Okay. Send that. I get another success. I've added Big Papa. And then let's also go and check our GET requests for our /people. So we'll say /people. We'll send it. And we see we have 2 people now, right? We have this little mama and we have this Big Papa. Right? Because we keep updating. If I kill the server and I restart the server, I will lose that because we're not actually storing anything in the database. We're just kind of using a variable that we are continually updating, which is fine for now. Later on, we'll keep everything in a database, and then we'll be able to kill the server and it won't matter. That'll be cool. Questions on that? All right, so just to reiterate, all we're doing is we're using our get people route to return all the people. We're using our news user to push in the body to our people and saying that it was a success. Okay, so the back end, for all intents and purposes, is done, right? So I want us to continue to separate the back end from the front end. Our back end is done. I have the appropriate routes that I'm going to need. I will not be touching the back end again. I won't be changing it. I won't be importing it. I'll just be calling to it like I would call to Ghibli API or something. Okay? So let's go ahead and build out our front end. Just to make... Yep.
Can you go back to the res.json in the app line 31? That's person? Yeah, the second person. That's not a string.
This is a key?
Yeah.
Points to the value of the place. Yeah, that's just a weird lintering thing. Good catch. Okay, so just to emphasize where I am, I'm making a front-end folder, and I'm going to put it in a file that I'm going to call index.html, and I'm going to create a file that's index.js. Did it not create a file building? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to close that, and in my HTML, let's go ahead and make an HTML page. Okay, got my HTML page. I'm going to say user base. I don't know. What am I going to need on the front end? Okay, so HTML-wise, what kind of scripts do I need? I'm going to need an Axios script, right? Now, maybe someone might think, well, couldn't I install it? Can I install it? No, I can't install it. Installing it is backend. I'm now on the front end. So if I want the Axios script, I got to go add the actual script itself. So let's go do that. I'll say Axios script. That's okay. Well, I'm just like, I'm already here. But thank you so much for that offer. Would you like me to send it to you? Oh! I don't know why that's a bird. I still do not understand people. That's okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and paste it. So now I've got an Axios script. Any other scripts that I'll need? JS. Okay, so let's say /index.js. Anything else that I'll need? CSS if I want it. I like that, right? I could add CSS. For now, let's not. But I love that suggestion. Anything else?
Do you have to link your backend to your front end?
No. Not in this time. Maybe someday. Like at the end of Unit 5. Or the end of Unit 4. I think the end of Unit 4. Somewhere in there. But for now, no. Okay. So I've got that. Let's also open up our HTML page. So I will copy the path. Let's open it instead of our lovely Axios library. Open up our console. Whoa, okay. And let's build on our form. Because I keep hearing people say it. Clearly, we're excited about it. Okay, form. I'm not going to use any of this. Right, I could be using labels and all that for accessibility. Recommend that. Pretty lazy at the moment, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to try to do this semi-fast because we have 15 minutes left. So I'll say input and type. I will say text, and I'll give this some ID of name, and I'll give this a placeholder of name. And I'm going to do another one for age. And I'm going to add a button. So that's going to be twice. Should age be a number? Yeah, it could be. I'm just going to pass it in as a string right now. But you could definitely make it a number. Nothing wrong with that. Button, I'm going to say type submit. And we need one more button down here, right? That's going to be button ID, let's say, show users. The text, let's say show users. And let's also just add a UL real quick. Okay. Any questions on any of those tags? I'm just building up this form. Yeah, Rafi.
Why did you put the second button outside the form?
Because I don't want it to be part of the form. The form is going to be information that I'm going to be passing back. The other button is just is like a different feature on the page, unrelated. Good question. The question was why I put the second button outside of the form. Okay, let's check to make sure. See if I can move that there instead. This is a little bit more interesting. Whoa, how is that even a thing?
You put them together, you just have to hit
Go back to
green
the.
button on one of them.
Okay, thank you. Totally accidental. Let's blow that up. Wrong one. Okay, that looks pretty good, except for we can see there's no text in our form. That's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Okay. There we go. And this button will be add user. Check it. Okay. Everything looks cool, right? Enormous, but cool. Let's go run. Let's go check to make sure our JS page is linked up. Console log. What? Refresh. Show me the money. Okay, we got what, right? Any questions on this so far? Okay. So I want to listen for events, specifically a click on the show users and a submit on our form. So in order to do that, I have to grab elements so I can add event listeners to those elements. So I have to wait for everything to load. So this is when I would usually write document.addEventListener DOM content loaded. Instead for today, because I'm running out of time, I'm just going to write async up here. Don't forget, that's still an option for us. And that means to load this up asynchronously. And so now I can go ahead and grab my form. So I'll say let form equal document document.query selector. And we'll just listen for a form. I'm also going to grab the show users. Okay. Yes. Good catch. Thank you. I could grab other things here too, but I'll just grab things later. Let's add a listener to our form. Dot add event listener. We should listen for what? Perfect. And on the submit, do I care about the event?
Yes.
Yeah. Why? What else will I need to do? Prevent the default. E dot prevent default. Okay. So I've got this. Let's also now go grab our two inputs. So I'm going to say let name equal document.query selector name. Right? And I'll do this again with age. Yes.
Does it make, is it better practice to call the things as you need them, or is it okay to just call everything up at the top?
I would usually grab things as I need them, but it's okay to do things up top. If you're going to grab it multiple times, then you probably want to do it just once. But I know I'm only going to grab each thing one time, so I might as well just grab it where I need it. It's a little bit easier for someone else who reads my code to follow what's going on. Okay, so then I need to make an Axios call, right? What kind of Axios call do I need? How do I add a user? Post, right? So I'm going to say axios.post. Anybody look at the documentation for this? That's going to be tough, right? So it's http://localhost 3000 / I think I did new user, right? And I believe it takes in a second argument, which is an object, a data object, and I'm expecting a name, which I will say is name.value, and I'm expecting an age, which is age.value. I don't know why it says node value. Don't write that. All right, this should make a post request. And let's just make sure it's working by checking for a response. Of course, I don't need anything right now with the response. But I just want to see that I have a debugger. Shall we check? So I am going to refresh our page here. I'm going to write a little mama. I'm going to say 100. I hit submit. We hit our debugger. And I can say for my res, and I get res.data. And I see that we have a status of success. You add a person, and we've added this person. Okay, so now we're able to add people, supposedly. Questions so far? Yeah, Shia?
How did you debug it?
I put a debugger in the function here of my response. Did the .then. Put this on a new line. Maybe it's a little easier to read. That said, I don't care about the response at the moment. Just wanted to test that it worked. Okay, so we've got a form. Let's also go ahead and grab our new users. I think we already grabbed that at the top, show users, and we'll add an event listener to that. So we'll say show users. That add event listener. What should we listen for? Click. And when we click, do I care about the event? Not this time, because I don't care about if they're clicking on anything specific. So we're going to listen for a click. When we listen for a click, we should go ahead and grab that UL. So I'll say let UL equal to document.query selector UL. Okay, let's go ahead and clear it each time. So every time I click show people, I don't keep reproducing it. We've seen that bug a lot. I can foresee it coming. So I'm going to say .inner HTML, and I'm going to set it to empty. And now, how do I get back all the people in my database? Yeah, Axios get. So I'll say axios.get, and what do I get? Yeah? Right, /people. That's my route. Oops. Also, please keep in mind, if I'm doing Axios for calls like this, I should be doing like catches at the end. I should definitely be catching in case there's mistakes. I've kind of got lazy in trying to do it fast. And for that, I apologize. Okay, so we'll say .then. I'm going to get some sort of response. And inside of there, I'll put in my debugger to make sure that this is working. And I'll also add a catch. Error. Or I'll just log my error. Alright, don't forget we still catch errors. Alright, we should see if this is working. So I'll refresh. I don't know if our users, if we still actually have users. Let's check. We might have the people. I don't think we've restarted our database. Res.data. Oh no, it did restart. So we have an empty array at the moment, but that's working. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add some users. So I'll say mama, and I'll say 100, and I'll hit enter. That didn't work. Oh, well, I'm not seeing a response. I probably added it a few times. We should probably clear the inputs, but we can worry about that in a second. And I'll say Chuck. Chuck is 45, divorced, and show users, and we'll see res.data. We have 5 users. A lot of them will be little mama. That's obviously something you would probably want to fix. Okay, but now we have the ability to see all our people. Let's also just clear those inputs because that's a little bit annoying. So I can just do that underneath. I can say name.value equal to empty and age.value is equal to empty. And then what can we do once we've got this array? What do we want to do? Yeah, we want to put it in the UL. What are we going to do? What do we do with that array of names, people? What's the word? Iterate. We want to iterate through it, right? We've done that with option tags and all that, right? This should be familiar. Res.data.forEach. Yeah. Loop, but try to use the word iterate when you can. And we'll say people or person. Oh, maybe someone did. All right, person. And let's go ahead and create a new li. So we'll say let li equal to document dot create element, and we'll say li dot inner text. And for now, let's just say it's the name, right? So we'll say person dot name, and then let's go ahead and append that to our UL. So we'll say ul dot append child, and we'll pass in the node li. Okay. We have 50 seconds, so I'm going to keep going. Okay, so let's refresh. Let's test it. So we'll start with little mama. We'll say 100. Enter. And then we'll go back, and we have Chuck. And Chuck is 45 in the forest. And we'll add the user. And then we'll say Marlin or Marlene. And Marlene is 20. Do you know a Marlene? Okay, and then we'll show users, and we say, see, little mama, Chuck, Marlene, right? And I can add someone. I could add Snake, a little bit of a bad boy. He's only 16 though, so that's all right. And we'll show users, and now we also have Snake. Right? And it is exactly 10 o'clock. I'll stick around and answer questions. But, yeah, thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's okay.